Hello children, welcome to 8 English online classes. I think all are eagerly waiting for the class. Isn't it children? Yes. You wanted to know the content of the remaining passage. Okay children? Now let's move. So just recall what we were doing in the previous class. We were dealing with Unit 7, A reading, Bonsai Life, Part 1B. Okay, children? Yes. Let us recall the summary. Okay, children? Okay. Whenever the writer sees the letter at her doorstep, she feels very excited, very happy. She loves to read the letter, but she is a little bit lazy to write the letter. She feels so happy that she is talking with her near and dear one face to face. And she enters the kitchen. She enters the kitchen very happily, singing a song, humming a tune, and she becomes more energetic and ready to prepare even pakoras and bhajis. All her tiredness disappears immediately as soon as she reads the letter. She enjoys even her coffee. Now, the next picture, what was the content of the letter? The letter gave the information that her Akkaya and Babagaru are going to visit their house. They haven't visited their house since many years. Akkaya used to live in the village and they were busy doing their farming. Every time she was asked to come, she gave the excuses that she was busy with cooking, looking after the cattle, and responsibility of children. This is what we have known in the previous reading passage, children. Okay, now are you ready to go to the next passage? Yes. Before that, let us look at the meanings of the new words glossary. A letter is the describing word very happy, excited. See, you can see the picture and understand. So from now onwards, you have to use this word. You have learned, you have known the new word. You have to start using this word in the place of very happy. Now, the second word, sumptuous. Sumptuous. It is also the describing word which means grand, wretched, Another describing word, very, very unhappy, miserable. See the face? Just exactly opposite for the first one. Very, very unhappy, miserable. Uphill, adjective, difficult. See, carrying the rock, it's a very difficult task. Dignified, describing word, deserving respect. You have to get well-educated children and lead a dignified life. Everyone should give respect, seeing your position in the society. That must be our goal to achieve. Hesitate, verb, to be slow to act or decide. See, children, while deciding everything, we have the plus and the minus points. We should not waste more time in decision. Hesitate, seeing, means he is not able to decide. So now or later. So to be slow. So if you are slow, you will be the loser. So you must be very active. Now, let us move to the A reading bonsai part, the remaining part. Bonsai Life Part 1. Okay? A decade later. What do you mean by decade, children? 10 years later, when I was born. Means Sakaya was born 10 years before, and after 10 years, the writer was born. There wasn't much debate as to whether a girl should have education or not. So there was not much debate. Debate is nothing, an argument on the same topic. I think you all are aware because the debates will be going on in our schools. So whether a girl should have education or not, so there was no debate in the house. I was lucky that my father changed with the times. So she feels very lucky because her father changed, because her father didn't allow her sister after class 5. But for her sister, she says that she was very lucky because father has changed. How he has changed, let us see. He didn't even hesitate to send me to college. Means she completed her studies at school. Now he didn't hesitate to send her to college. No girl who is well educated can be satisfied with staying at home. After getting well education, the girls will never get satisfied and stay at home. Being a housewife and looking after the household after marriage. So after marriage, many of them stop studies, stop doing jobs because they are not permitted. But after well education, staying an housewife in the house and looking after the household work is an impossible one. She would want to put her education to good use and achieve something in life. So after education, you want to prove your talent. You want to make use of your education and achieve something in life. I too was driven by the same desire. Not only you all, even I too had the same desire. And I want to fulfill that desire. Even though my husband had a good job, I took up one as well. So actually, why she decided to do the work? She wanted to achieve, she wanted to give importance to her education. She wanted to make good use of her education. So her husband, though he was doing a good job, then also she wanted to do her job. She wanted to stand on her legs. She wanted to do the household work and at the same time double work. She wanted to make use of the education. Okay, children? Yes. Because Akaya was not educated, she was married to a man from the village. See, children, if you are not educated, you will be married to some people who are not qualified. So here, Akaya was not educated, so she was married to a man from the village. Though my Bavagaru was educated, his ideals made him choose agriculture as his profession, and he settled down in the village to cultivate his land. Nowadays, the government has taken many steps to give free education for all. Each and every child should get educated. So it is implementing free education to all. So not only in villages and cities, everywhere, everyone is getting educated. So here, Bhavagaru also was, though she was married to a man from the village, Bhavagaru was also an educated person. And but his ideology was different. This we have to note it, children, as he chose agriculture as his profession. See, all the children from the villages and other places, they are neglecting their native profession and coming to the city, and they are just wasting their time and they are unable to settle down. Here, though he was educated, he gets a good job, but he chose agriculture as his profession. He wanted to render the service to the Mother Earth by planting the trees. He wanted to provide food for all the people. And he settled down and look after the parents as well as cultivate his land. He is the responsible person. Akaya grew accustomed to the village life. So as they live in the village women, they don't get dressed up like the city people. So she wears the traditional sari and they don't get dressed up. They get they dress up, they are very neat, their maintenance is neat, but they lead a simple life. So she was accustomed to the village life. Akaya brought so many things. It is there in our tradition that We have to take something whenever we visit our relations or friends or anyone. So even the same it is followed over here. Akkaya brought so many things. What all things she brought? Cucumber, dosakaya, gongura, drumsticks, appadams, vadiyams and coconuts. I hope you don't mind. I have brought you all these things like Kuchela. Okay, children, who is Kuchela? Do you have? Do you know him? Okay, if not, I will say you. Kuchela was the friend of Krishna. They had their education in the forest. Previously, the guru used to stay in the forest and the children they used to get educated themselves by serving the gurus. So Kuchela was the friend of Sri Krishna. And after coming out, after completing their education, Krishna became the king and Kuchela's position became worse and worse day by day. Once he wanted to visit his friend Krishna for help. So he takes poha. In Telugu you say atukulu. So he took poha along with him and he was hesitating to give it to Krishna. But Krishna feels happy when he sees the poha and he ate all the poha. And his position, Kuchela's position changes. So this is the story. So in the same way, why Kuchela is noted over here is he is considered as a poor man. So like a poor woman, I brought all these things. I hope you don't mind them. I don't know whether you like them or not, she said, rather hesitantly. I have brought all these things like Kuchela. I don't know whether you like it or not. So this is what Akkaya said to her sister Ammalu. Now, next paragraph, children. Why do you say that? You have actually brought all the things we wanted. See how Ammalu is supporting. This is what will happen. The educated children, when they converse with each other, they will not use any harsh or bad words. They are never proud. Education brings so many changes. So how politely she's saying that, why do you say like that, Akka? You have actually brought all the things what we wanted. We don't get these things here. If you're Madidi, who is Madidi? Okay, because this is Ammanu's husband is Madidi by relation to Akkaya. So while speaking to her Akkaya, she is saying, if your Madidi has gongura pulsu, cucumber pappu and drumstick charu, he feels as elated as if he has had a sumptuous feast. You already knew the meaning, sumptuous, grand. So this Madhuri likes all the items prepared like gongura pulsu, cucumber pappu and drumstick charu, and he feels elated, very happy, uh, like having attended a grand feast. With my office work, I'm unable to make appadams and vadiyams. As I'm in city, I'm always habited to go to the office and do the office. So I'm unable to make, though my husband likes, I'm unable to make appadams and vadiyams. Even if I have some free time, I am too lazy to do such work. If I get some time also, I will just relax because I'm lazy. I will never try to do such work because I have to wash a lot of work. It's very easy, but a lot of work will be there. I have to wash utensils, I have to sit in the hot sun, I have to bring. So she avoids all that, saying that she is too lazy. You know me, don't you? See, she is speaking to her sister, so she's saying, I'm too lazy, Naka. You know that, don't you? I said with a laugh. That's true. But by the time you come back from office, you must be dead tired. See, now the turn has come for the Akaya. How she is consoling her sister. See, that's true. You are saying right. What you're saying is right. Because by the time you come from office, you are very, very tired. You want to just lie down and sleep. How can you then prepare appadams and vadiyams and make idlis and dosa? You don't have time. You don't have time. Because of your tiredness, you want to just sleep. So, where do you have time to make appadams and vadiyams and idlis and dosas? I don't know how you are able to manage work at home and in office. Akkaya consoled me. Really, you are great, Amalu, because you are managing the work at home and in the office. Saying, what a wretched job. Sometimes I feel like giving it up. You know, people say solve your problems at home before you solve those outside. Due to frustration because she can't escape the work at home and she can't escape the work at office, she gets frustrated. So with frustration, sometimes she feels, what a wretched job. I feel like giving it up because of frustration, she may get angry and shout at her husband and children, but will there be anyone to listen to her? No, no one will be there. So, or what they will say, solve your problems at home before you solve those outside. To neglect work at home and look after office work is an uphill task for a woman. So what she is saying, if the house is not completed, the woman she cannot go to the office peacefully. A woman by nature, if she starts the work, she has to complete the work successfully. This is the nature of the woman. So, if the work at home is not completed, And going to the office and doing that work will be like an uphill task. I said, speaking from my experience. Okay, children? Now, next paragraph. Don't think like that, Amalu. How fortunate you are. That's what. You have studied well, have a job like a man, and are earning very well. See how she is saying. Amalu, why do you say like that? Really, you are a lucky one. You studied well and doing a job and earning money. You don't have to beg anyone for anything if you want. If you are earning money on your own, whatever you like, you can buy. You don't have to beg anyone for anything. You are able to lead a dignified life, unlike us, who have to depend on our husbands even for a few paisa worth of karivepaku, said Akkaya. Because you are earning well, you are earning more money, you are working, you are doing job, so you can lead a dignified life. You need not depend on your husband like us, because we have to depend on our husband even to purchase karivepaku, which costs only few paise also, said Akkaya. The grass is greener on the other side, I thought to myself. So what we think, we are facing a lot of problems. I am only working and no other is working. And we feel that the opposite person is very, very happy. She doesn't have any problem. So this is what we feel. This is the human nature. So this is the statement means. The grass is greener on the other side. I thought to myself. What's your daughter doing now? I asked, changing the topic. She can directly ask, she can say about herself, but it will be a debate, because it will be like she will be talking about her job. She doesn't want to come down. And at the same time, even Akkaya also, they will be using the words and the topic will never end. It will be like a debate and it will be boring for others. So in order to change the topic, because her sister is feeling very bad, so she wanted to change her topic. If her topic is getting continued, then the feeling of Akkaya becomes more and more worse. So she changed the topic. So she brought the topic of her daughter. So what's her daughter doing now? Okay, she is in her final year at school. If by God's grace she clears her exams, I am determined to send her to college. So what is she doing? She is in the final year at the school. And if she clears her exams, she has decided to send her to college. Your Babagadu doesn't really like the idea of sending her to the next town and putting her in a hostel. Every father looks at his girl child. He loves her so much. He shows the heaven on earth. He doesn't like sending her child even to the next town and putting in the hostel. But I don't like to keep a girl at home without educating her. Though your Baba Garu doesn't like, I'm not going to permit her. I'm not going to keep the girl without educating her. Isn't what I'm going through enough? Yes, what I'm facing, it's enough. This should be ended. This is what your parents, your mother always says. I have faced a lot in my life. This must be end for with me only. In these times, if a woman doesn't have a degree, she will come to nothing. See, without it, she will have to live under her husband's thumb like a scorpion under a slipper, she said. Okay? See, the education in the past, fifth standard is equal to the education of degree at present. So nowadays, the girls or the men, they should have degree at least. Otherwise, they are nothing. And what will be their life? They have to live under her husband's time. Whatever her husband will say, she has to listen. And her life will be always like a scorpion under a slipper. With this, we end this reading in part 1, children. I hope you all enjoyed this. Okay, children, let us summarize what we have known. The writer says that Nannagaru has changed along with the time. If the man changes, everything changes. So if a woman is educated, if a man is educated, he himself gets educated. And if a woman is educated, everyone gets educated. Not only in the family, in the neighborhood, in the society. She brings a lot of changes everywhere she goes. That is what the name goes for the woman. So here, if the man, but who has to support her? The man. And the man changes, everything changes. So she was very, very lucky because her father sent her even to the college and allowed her, gave permission to do the job. Now coming to the next pictures, her Akkaya, she brought, it is the tradition and custom in our places that we should not go bare hands to anyone's house. So what her Akkaya took from her farm, she took cucumber, gongura, drumsticks, appadams, vadiyams, and coconuts. And she says that I brought all these like kuchela. But a sister says that her Mariti loves the food prepared by all the things what you have brought. He likes cucumber pappu, gongura pulusu, drumstick charu. He feels so elated, so happy as though he has attended a grand feast. Akaya says that you are very lucky, Ammadu. You have educated yourself and doing a good job. How do you get the time to prepare idlis or dosas, and where is the time to make vadiyams or appadams? Really, you are great, Amanu. I'm unable to understand how you are able to manage the work at home and at house. Really, you are very, very great, sister. We all know that education brings a lot of changes in the lives of the people. So education transforms the lives. Education brings all-round development. Some people are just getting educated, are using the educator just to pass the exam. It is not like that. It has to bring the changes in your heart and mind. There must be feelings. The feelings will come out in the form of words, and your thoughts will bring the changes in your career. So education brings a dignity. You can lead a dignified life, and moreover, you can earn more money. Your status in the society increases along with your education. So children, remember that this is the period for you to educate yourself to reach the higher status, to lead a dignified life. Akaya says that if my daughter doesn't get educated, at least she must have degree qualification. Without a degree, she has to depend on her husband. Even for simple things also, she has to beg her husband, where there will be an argument between the husband and wife. The life will be like karivepaku, curry leaves. See children, while eating, all of you remove rai, jeera, karivepaku, mirchi. You throw it away, but you all know that karivepaku is a rich vitamin A source. It is very good for your hair. If you want your hair, strong hair and black hair, you should eat karivepaku. Okay children, now coming to the summary of the lesson. See, what we do, we throw it away. So a woman's position should not be like a karivepaku. They should give importance to your decision, to your works. So without a degree, your life will be like a karivepaku, or it will be like you have to act according to your husband. You are under your husband's thumb, and lead a life of a scorpion under a slipper. I hope you all understood, children. Yes. Now, let us see the next part. Answer the following questions. What change did the narrator observe in her father's attitude towards education over a decade? My father changed luckily along with the time and circumstances. He didn't hesitate to send me to college. He felt that education is meant to achieve something in life. You have to note all these question and answers along with the glossary in your notebook, children. Look at the second question. Why was Akaya married to a man from the village? Akaya was married to a man from the village because she was not highly educated. Her husband chose agriculture as his profession. What did Akaya bring to her the writer's house? You all know Akaya brought many things like cucumber, gongura, drumsticks, appadams, vadiyams and coconut, all grown in her fields. And we also call it as organic food. Okay, children, now look at the fourth question. When does Madidi feels elated? Madidi likes gongura pulusu, cucumber pappu and drumstick charu. Whenever these things are prepared, Madidi feels it like a grand feast. How did Akaya console her? Akaya consoled the writer by saying that you will be very tired after the busy office work. The time won't be sufficient to make appadams, vadiyams, idlis and dosas. I don't know how you are managing to look after the work at home and office. In what way is the narrator more fortunate than her sister? The narrator was more fortunate than her sister. She is well educated and has the knowledge of all. She is doing a good job and earning well. She need not beg anyone for anything. What are the things you learned after reading the lesson? After each and every session of your learning, there must be change in your thoughts. So I had learned that how the education of the girl child restricted in the olden days. We are very lucky for being educated. The people had understood that education improves the understanding and solving the problems. Education minimizes the dependency level. Education improves not only confidence but also the earning level and dignity in the society. So after knowing all these facts, what you are going to decide? I have to get educated myself very happily to improve my status in the society and lead a dignified life. Now, let us watch a video, children, before ending our session. Okay.
But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last. because every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities. And to the woman most responsible for my presence here today, my mother, Shamala Gopalan Harris, who is always in our hearts. When she came here from India at the age of 19, she maybe didn't quite imagine this moment. But she believed so deeply in America where a moment like this is possible. And so I am thinking about her and about the generations of women, Black women, Asian, white, Latina, Native American women, who throughout our nation's history have paved the way for this moment tonight. Women who fought and sacrificed so much for equality and liberty and justice for all, including the Black women who are often, too often, overlooked, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. All the women who have worked to secure and protect the right to vote for over a century, 100 years ago with the 19th Amendment, 55 years ago with the Voting Rights Act, and now in 2020 with a new generation of women in our country who cast their ballots and continue the fight for their fundamental right to vote and be heard. Tonight I reflect on their struggle, their determination, and the strength of their vision to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And I stand on their shoulders. And what a testament it is to Joe's character that he had the audacity to break one of the most substantial barriers that exists in our country and select a woman as his vice president. But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last. Because every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities. And to the children of our country, regardless of your gender, our country has sent you a clear message. Dream with ambition, lead with conviction, and see yourselves in a way that others may not, simply because they've never seen it before. But know that we will applaud you every step of the way.
I hope you all enjoyed the video. She is another famous woman personality, Kamala Harris. She is the first woman vice president of United States of America. She was recently elected along with Joe Biden in US general election. You just watch her video and note the contents, the way she is inspiring other ladies and render responsible services to their respective nations. Now, the last part, home assignment. Do you think a girl child needs education? Yes or no? Whatever may be the answer, you have to justify your answer. This also you have to note down in your notebooks, children. Write the reasons. Second, can one be independent without a job or earning? Can we lead an independent life without job or earning? So you have to justify your answer by giving the reasons. With this, we end our session. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe.